The number one reason why I am a Christian. I think a lot of unbelievers have it in their minds that Christians are only Christians because they feel better about life or feel better about death. When the fact is, that is not even close as to why I became a Christian. I have not always been a Christian. In fact, I was actually an atheist until I was about 18 years old. Long story short, I ended up going to church for the first time in a long time willingly when I was 18 years old, and I decided to dive deep into the reasonable and logical evidence for Christianity. Because honestly, if you could prove that something is illogical, then how could it be true? So I asked pretty much Google. I asked Google questions like, how do we know that Jesus was an actual person? How do we know that Jesus actually rose from the grave? How do we know that Jesus actually is who he says he is? How could there be a loving God if there's evil and suffering in the world? These are the questions that genuinely kept me away from believing in God. And another long story short, 4 months after diving deep into these questions just on Google, I concluded that Christianity is the most logical and reasonable explanation for this world. That is why I'm a Christian. I'm not a Christian because I feel better about death. I'm not a Christian because I feel jolly and happy and I'm at peace all of a sudden. I am a Christian because I know that this is the truth. I know that there is a God, and I know that Jesus is that God. And that is why I made this account. I don't want to be one of those Jesus Christian influencers that just post happy-go-lucky stuff about Jesus. I don't just want to talk about how God is great, God is good, God is everything that your heart could desire. And yes, everything that I just said is true. That is not the only thing I want to talk about. I want to have real conversations. I want to answer real questions that people have that are keeping them away from Jesus, because I've been there. I know that there are people out there who ask these questions that are keeping them away from Jesus. And I know I don't know everything. Honestly, if somebody were to look up Christian apologists, they honestly would probably have a better chance of understanding the reasonable explanation for Jesus than just listening to me. So I know I don't know everything. I am just here because I truly want God to use me to help grow people's faiths. I'm tired of the lukewarm Christian. I'm tired of the feel-good